actually talk to people, get in front of them, learn how to pitch your opportunity, and work out what they need to make their business run. And that's what Kerry's going to work on today. So the next stage for us is now traction with customers, so that we've got a business instead of an idea. Does that make sense? And that's sort of where I'm at today with it all. Of just what I want from everyone now this next few days is to just go out and see if you can collect a series of no's. I dare you to. I bet you can't get 10 no's in a row. If it's pitched properly and you put some thought into it, it's very powerful. William is quite happy to do if you've got a business that you want to focus on and you think it's going to be a good one. We're quite happy to build you sort of an ad that may suit what they're talking about. So use as an example. We have, obviously, at this early stage, every time we answer a question, it creates 6 more. One of the things Lee told me today was his biggest fear is going out there and then testing the technology, or and it doesn't work on someone's phone because nobody's got an iPhone. That happened to me on my very first presentation, and I just blagged it. I said, I'm not sure why. I'll find out the technical details. Blamed it on somebody else, and then pushed on. And I went to see them today. They've got a few issues with one guy doing 3 people's jobs at the moment, and he's pushed me out to next Tuesday. But it's not a no. I've got a festival that I'm doing. So these are all the ideas that you can come up with. I've got a festival with a load of bands. So we're going to put 1 unit in each of the venues. Obviously, once the festival's over, so people can work out what bands are playing at what times that day in every one of these. Basically, it's like a spreadsheet, a glorified spreadsheet on each of the beacons. But that means I've got a relationship with every one of the local restaurants and venues here. There's 10 venues and there's 100 bands over a weekend. There's a perfect opportunity. Having a chat with another guy about what we're doing, and he said, I've got a big festival I want you to do in Wales for me, talking about sticking them in the catering bands and things like this. So it's just escalating beyond every time we talk to someone. Lee today spoke to a guy from a real estate agent, a guy from a chip shop, a guy who's got a paving company, and every one of them, these are all completely different businesses. Absolutely, the difference between each of these businesses, the business models, the product, the way they work, is bizarre. But the use of this technology it's constant. It's a constant. Everyone wants to get their hands on it. So what we need to do now is we need to go out, and the opportunity is going to be based on us getting out there and getting 20, 30, 40 customers so that we can learn from those initial customers, because until we get them going, we're not learning anything. We're just regurgitating. So we need real live field experience, and the only way to do that is to go and get me a no. Go and get me a no. Go and get a no from as many places as you can. You'd be surprised how many yeses you get. It's pretty cool. Excuse me, guys. I'm really sick today, so I've picked up. My wife and I picked up a terrible flu. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. But what I wanted to do now was pass it on to the actual technical content side. Kerry's very, very. He's basically built this business from the ground up. Pretty much invented it from our perspective. The technology's been there, the way it's been used. So Kerry has poked at this and twisted it and bent it and sort of reinvented it over a period of the last few years, to the point that he's got a very, very, very successful business, and it has allowed us this access to this fantastic technology where all the hard work's been done for us. All we've got to do is book in these businesses and find ways to help them through the education, the training process that we're going to put in place. A lot of you guys have worked with me before with other businesses. We support you through the webinars. We record everything. And we're going to build a proper training, a training university like we've got for the other business. And there's no excuse, because it's just about activity now, isn't it? It's about activity, and it's about attacking this market share, and it's about timing. We need to get in and get amongst this now. We've had a little bit of a pullback from the way I was going to market originally. We've had some discussions, but in 2 or 3 days I'll be going back out again and marketing the distributorships, and we'll have real live paying distributors coming on board, and the training they're doing, the training they'll be getting is exactly the same as what you guys are going to get. And we're hoping to have some, really what we need is some actual live case studies from customers in the UK with English accents, because we can borrow from customers in Canada, we can borrow from customers in America, and we can borrow from customers in Australia. But until we get those 6, 7 sort of working testimonials and third-party stories around what's working and why it's working so well and how they twisted this and then it worked better, that's vital sort of cannon fodder for us, for those guys that are on the coalface, the foot soldiers that will be going out there talking to individual businesses. And I don't think we're not doing it ourselves, because we're going out and making our mistakes and learning what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, so that's about it. I think I'm going to hand it over now to Will. Was there anything you wanted to talk about, the technology or anything that you might just want to recap on?
Me?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I got the slides up there, mate.
Okay, great. I'm going to pass over to William and Kerry to talk about what you actually do on the coalface.
Just to let everyone know, Kerry Miller actually founded and is the co-founder and CEO of AppWizard. He's basically taken his business and the platform and taken it to extreme new levels. And I just want to go over the opportunity you guys have actually got right in front of you. And this is actually based on British pounds, for example. It'll change the figures for Australia or Canada or whatever. But in a nutshell, if you go out there and you approach one business and that business comes on and only does 1 unit, remember, this is a residual income. So you've just made yourself $50. And the whole thing about this is basically customer service and building it up. So let's say you just did 1 a day. Within a week, you're looking at a nice income of £250 residual. 20 customers, you can do that really easy in a month. You can do it in a week, but let's just say you do it in a month. There's now £1,000 coming in every single. There's £1,000 coming in each and every week. Each and every month. And if that's all you did and you stopped, you still got £1,000 coming in, as long as you're looking after your customers. 50, 100, that's $5,000 a month. That's not bad. But here's something that's quite interesting. If we can click the next screen. Yep. The average customer out there is actually, believe it or not, uses 3 of our beacons. So if that's the average. Some have 5, some have 2, that sort of thing. But on average, each shop will end up with 3 units. So just factor that into your calculation. So if you had your 1 customer, you're now making £150. 20 customers, that's 60 units out there. You're making $3,000 a month. So 100 of those, that's 300 units. You're now talking, 15,000. That's 180,000 a year income. Now, Kerry's been doing this for a little while, and for the sort of with the beacon technology side of it for just over 16 months, and I guarantee you he's got over 12,000 customers. He's got over 20,000 units out there, and he makes a hell of a lot more. That 180,000 is a year, he makes over a month. I'm not going to go into all his details because that's not my business to do that. What I do want to cover is, though, that Kerry's actually got a retention factor of 80%. So his customers are with him for a year. He'll only lose 20% of those because he looks after his customers. Now, in the world, the world at the moment, Samsung or Android actually controls about 87% of the marketplace, and Apple 33%, which is through your iPhone. The interesting thing there is, you know, they're going to be forced very shortly into doing something different. Currently in the United Kingdom, as you can see, it's a lot more level playing field. It's 52% against the 48%. That's not to say that iPhone can't get our messages. All the phones that are out there at the moment are actually there. Okay, they are actually they have the app on, but Apple won't turn it on. They've been promising for the past 18 months to do so. They just haven't got around to it yet. And they're going to be forced into doing it. The population in the United Kingdom currently is just over 66 million people. So just on that, you're looking at 34 million people will get our messages. Okay. Even if Apple came on board, does that mean to say that 100% of our people out there are going to get our messages? No. I'm in the business of selling apps. I have my apps turned off. Okay. If you go out and you advertise using leaflets or anything like that, what's going to happen? Do you think everyone's going to read those damn pamphlets? I don't. I'll pick them up and throw them in the bin. I'm not interested. And I know a lot of people do that. So really, what is it? The opportunity for a business is really out there actually saying, you know, it's a chance to attract new customers and bring in more revenue. It's a chance. It's an alternative. That's it. Okay. What are businesses paying for when they get the pamphlets? The same thing. They print up the pamphlets, they get them designed, they put them all together, and they get them out there. At the end of the day, they don't know if it's going to work or whether it's not. They are paying for a chance to attract new customers and bring in more revenue. That's it. That's what the opportunity that we offer people. Our system gives them a chance not only to do that, but also to upsell them, retarget, offer other benefits, share with their family, friends, that type of stuff. Okay. The whole idea is if we educate the store owners and the staff, we'll actually increase the number of people that we can market to, which benefits our business. It also benefits their business at the same time. iPhone users that want to get the hidden specials in the shop, basically we do that through educating. And it's really quite simple. Whoops, there you go. Yep. Basically, even if we just use the simple sign, educate the owners of the shop. Hi, we're using Beacon technology for specials. Turn on your notifications on iPhone users. Please download this app. And there's the physical web app. Turn on your Bluetooth and you're operational. And you will be able to get those specials and that we actually have hidden in the shop. So it's really just educating the people. I'm going to pass it over to Kerry. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an overview. Kerry is going to run through how he does it.
Good evening, everyone. Just real quick, just to let you know, I'm from Texas. I speak Texan. So there may be a little bit of language barrier there. I hope not. I've done webinars all over the UK, Canada, all over the world, Australia. I've been everywhere. Just to give you a little bit about me, I've been in mobile marketing since 2012. I've developed 3 different platforms. I understand technology and I go where the technology is happening. I don't believe in wasting my time. I don't believe in having reps go out and waste their time. Every single thing I do, I have personally proven and tested to make sure before I waste any money or anyone's time that it works. I will tell you today that Beacon technology, proximity marketing, that technology works. The only reason it doesn't work, and I'll kind of go back to what Alan says, if you don't get off your butt and you don't get out there and make things happen, guess what? You're not going to make any money. And so there's a couple of types of people in this world. There are those that watch it happen and they sit there and they say, oh, it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to get out there tomorrow. I'm going to do this tomorrow. And it never happens. It never comes your way. And there's those that make it happen. So as you're sitting there right now, and I'm pretty straightforward, I've been in sales since I was 15 years old, and I've made a lot of money. And so I'm here to tell you right now that if you want to make it happen, you got to get out and make it happen. This isn't something you're going to sit in the house and hope that businesses find you, see you, know who you are. This is a show and tell product, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. What do you need in this industry to make money, to make it happen? You have to have the proper technology. You have to have training. And I know that Promax is putting together some phenomenal training for you guys and a product that has value. And if you have that, you can easily climb the ladder of success, outpace others, and achieve the success you desire in the proximity notification niche. It's out there, it's hot, it's moving, and it's not going away. But you have to have the drive to make it happen. We have the system that you need, but you have to have the drive to want to go out there and make the kind of money that William was talking about. Either you do or you don't. What stops people from having success? They can't do it. Can't, never could. You know, if you sit there and say, and you go out and you have a little glitch, and listen, technology, I don't care if you're out selling mobile phones. How many of you have little glitches in your mobile phones? You know, you're trying to send a text message and it says it won't send. Or you're trying to drop an email and it won't, and you can't get the email out, or you try to attach an attachment to it. Glitches happen. It's just part of the technology that's out there. Test your stuff before you get in the field. Okay. It's not the technology's fault. It's not the technology's problem. Okay. The problem is you're just not testing it before you go out, and you're not asking the right questions to make it happen. So you've got to do that. You have got to do that. So, they won't do it. You know, everybody wants to make money, and that's just the way it is. Everybody wants to make money, but they just won't do it. You know, we could bring you gold bars and say, hey, if you go out and share one gold bar with every person on the street, that you'll get 2 gold bars back, and you'll set the house and you'll figure 99 ways to not be able to do that. You got to get off your butt. You got to make it happen. Other people. The biggest downfall of any salesman I've ever met was other people telling them that, hey, this doesn't work. I can tell you now, I've got a bank account that says it does. And it works well. The technology works great. You just have to go out and you have to show it. Fear of failure. I've been there. I've done that. I know how it is. You go out there, you've got a new product. You think, gosh, man, I got to go out here and I've got to know all this stuff about this product. I got to know all this data about this product. I'm going to tell you, when I walk into a place to sell, I don't break out any data. I don't talk about any major statistics. I go over just a few things with the customer, but I show them exactly how it works. And guess what happens? It closes itself. You don't have to go out there and put up the big bright lights and the big billboards and walk in with 57 PowerPoint presentations. I walk into a business with a beacon and a phone. I'm not selling a PowerPoint presentation. I'm not selling a piece of paper. I'm selling a beacon and what that beacon attaches to. And the what ifs. What if I go out today and it doesn't work? What if this happens? What if that happens? That'll keep you from selling every time. Proximity marketing is on the grow, and you guys are at the very, very base of an extremely huge wave that you will have the opportunity to make more money than anybody out there if you just go out and do it. You can see here on this graph right here, and this part right here is iBeacon technology, okay? And this part right here is the Eddystone technology. That's what we're talking about right now, the Eddystone technology, and where the Eddystone technology is. I mean, this is going to grow into the billions and billions and billions of dollars. Here we are right here, and in just a few short years, we're going to be up here. With that residual income that William was talking about, and I'm going to tell you, there's no better income than residual income. You have to have residual income. If you want, unless you want to work yourself to death the rest of your life, you have to have technology has revolutionized doctors' operations by driving a new level of customer engagement through personalization. Now, that said, like this, you're not out selling beacons, okay? You're not in the beacon business. You're not selling beacons. You're selling a notification system that allows their customers, your clients, to bring new customers in and to bring old customers back. Okay. Recurring footfall, to bring that footfall back into their business so that they can do what? Increase their return on investment for the technology that they just purchased. The growth prospects can be attributed to the surging eminence of location-based marketing in the retail industry, combining the benefits of physical shopping experience with the digital ecosystem has become important for brick and mortar retailers. This is the bottom line right here. Either come on board with today's modern technology, and I'm talking about businesses. They will either come on board today with today's modern technology, or they will not survive. That's just the way it's going to happen. Why do we need proximity marketing? Why do we need to help businesses bring people back into their stores? 60% of new customers do not come back after their first visit. That's an astounding number. And this number is based on the United States, but I can tell you it's probably the same every single country that I'm talking to right now. Why do they not come back? Because no one cares about them. They have no sales. They have nothing going on. There's no technology. They have no way to stay in contact with their customers. It's just boring and dull. And nobody even talks to them when they walk in. But 80% of those customers will return if offered an incentive. Think about that for a moment. You have the technology in your hand to offer a special incentive, a special ad, a special coupon for all the customers that walk into that business. Now, it does take education. I think it was William that touched on this a while ago. You have to educate your customer. They have to let their customers know, hey, check your notifications. They have to let their customers know, hey, we've got special deals for our special customers, and this is the way you get it. And once you start educating your clients and then they see how it works, and people start walking in with their phones and they start opening up those notifications, it's going to increase their sales. It's just a natural progression of the way we as humans work. We see a coupon. We're going to go in and use that coupon. And after we use that coupon, we're going to go over and purchase something else because we just saved money. And we're going to spend twice as much money as we did before we actually had the coupon to begin with. Why? Because that store gave us an offer that allowed us to save money, and we're going to turn around and we're going to use that money to purchase something else. Why do people not return? No relationship. That's just the bottom line. There's no relationship in the store. The experience isn't personal, but the bottom line is there is no engagement with that customer, period. And when you're talking to your clients, and I know this is hard to do, especially if you're new into a technology, you have to be open and honest with them. Don't go in there with a bunch of fire and smoke and blowing smoke up their butt. You have to be honest about everything you're telling them. This isn't a product that's going to bring thousands and thousands of customers in the door immediately. It's not going to happen. This is a 90 to 120-day program, marketing program that you're going to have to set up. You're going to have to tweak. You're going to have to tune. William and Alan take care of that for you. They're going to tweak and tune your messages and help you to build your businesses. I don't do that myself. You know, go out, and if they want it tweaked and tuned, they call me and say, hey, this is what I want you to say. So you guys have a great benefit, a huge benefit at your beholding, that these guys are going to walk you through every step of the way to help you do that. And that creates that engagement that has to happen in order to build that business. How do you keep your customers and retain them? Bottom line, engagement. With the technology, with the mobile business cards, with the beacon program, the proximity beacon program, and the tools that have been given to you guys, there is not a single reason in the world for you to not go out and sell. The only reason you will not go out and make sales is if you don't talk to anybody. You have to knock on doors. You have to go talk. You have to talk to people. You have to show and tell. You have to show and sell. Let's talk about the sell for a minute. You're probably thinking, man, this everything he's talking about is difficult. It's not difficult at all. All you have to do is walk out with a beacon and your phone, and the sale creates itself. I simply walk in and I ask this question. And this, you may want to, these guys may tweak it a little bit because I'm not quite sure how, the the lingo in the UK and those kind of places are. But let me share with you what I do. I walk into a business and the first thing I say is, how's business? You know, and I think that's pretty standard across the globe. How's business? They're going to give you an answer. Okay, they're going to give you an answer. It's either going to be great or it's terrible. There's not a bad answer either way, because now what you've done is you've created dialogue and you started talking to them. Man, that's awesome. What do you attribute that to? What do you attribute being great to? What do you attribute that your business is terrible to? And once you say that word, once you say, what do you attribute that to? They're going to open the floodgates because they're very proud of their business. They want to make sure that their business sustains every single day so they can do exactly what they want to do. And they're going to let you know, hey, this is why it's terrible. You know, man, there's not a lot of people around here. We don't know how to drive traffic into our store. Or if it's really great, the guy says, yeah, man, it's great. I've got a great marketing plan. If they've got a great marketing plan, open the door. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you use any type of proximity marketing tools? Because we can help increase that. We can help increase your sales, which gives you a greater return on investment to build your business. What are they going to say? No, I don't want to see that. You know, give me 5 minutes and I want to show you exactly how this works. If it's terrible, you use the same thing. How would you like me to show you how to use proximity beacon technology to increase your sales, increase your footfall, and help to build your business back to where you want it to go? I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. And I'm not talking about a 20-minute elevator, 27 floors up. I'm talking about you're moving up one floor, you ask a couple of questions, and you go right in and explain to them exactly what you're doing. I'm as simple as they get. You can ask William. William and I talk almost every single day. I'm as simple comes. Because anything complicated, if I can't work it, I can't expect a customer to work it. So when I put something together, I put it together and it's extremely simple. And this is my simple plan. Show and tell, show and sell. You take the product in, you've got your beacon. You take your product in, you've got your phone, and you show them exactly how it works using the demo that these guys set up for you, okay? If you're going into a fish and chips place or wherever you're going into a restaurant and you've got that card already made up, all you have to do is go in and make sure that beacon's on. And let me say this, once you turn your beacons on, don't turn them off. Don't turn them off. Just leave your beacons on. If it's not receiving a signal, it's going to go to sleep after 30 minutes. Just leave your beacons on. And that way you don't have to worry about if it's on, it's off, how do I turn it on, how do I turn it off. Once you're receiving the signal, leave it alone. Okay, keep it simple. Walk in and simply show them what you have, tell them how it works, show them what they need to do, and close the deal. And I know many of you are sitting there saying it's got to be too easy. That's just too simple. It just can't work that way. I've sold thousands of beacons, and that's exactly what I do. I've sold thousands of over 8,000 mobile business cards since 2012. And I use the exact same technique selling beacons as I did my mobile business cards. And it works extremely well. I ship them out as fast as I get them in, and the business is growing just as fast as I'm showing the beacons. If I don't go out and show it, if I don't go out and sell it, if I don't go out and tell it, then guess what? Nobody's going to buy anything. Absolutely no one will buy anything. Do not overcomplicate it. Don't walk in there with, oh my gosh, it doesn't work on an iPhone. Oh, what am I going to do? I don't even mention an iPhone. iPhone never comes out of my mouth. But what's going to happen, they're going to say, well, does this work on an iPhone? Could you give me your phone? Let me show you exactly how this works on an iPhone. Download the physical web app, and what are they going to see? Wow, they see their notification on their phone. That stops all the stuff right there. Everything stops on the spot. And the next question out of their mouth, so someone with an iPhone, they have to have the app? Yes, they do, but that's about 40% of the market. So what we want to do is help you to reach out to 60% of the market. What are they going to say? Oh, no, I don't want to reach out to 60% of the market. So you stop the objection before the objection ever hits. When they say, what about an iPhone? And you're going to get that, okay? And it scares people to death. It's like, oh, no, what am I supposed to do? I don't even sell to iPhone people. If they've got an iPhone in their hand, I download the physical web app. I say, hey, this is exactly what you got to do. And it's off the table. If you allow the iPhone trick to trip you up, you're never going to make a sale. You're never going to get out the door, and you're never going to make a sale. Keep the iPhone thing simple. Hey, you know what? It does work on iPhone. You have to download a simple app. And when you download that simple app, hey, on an iPhone, once we have the app downloaded, how do we get the beacon to send a notification on demand when doing a demo? When I turn my beacon on, I never got a notification. You got to have your Bluetooth on. If your Bluetooth on and you have that physical web app on your iPhone, it's going to work. It's going to work. Sell the truth. Make sure you sell the truth. Don't go out there and give a bunch of numbers. If you're having a problem with an iPhone, what iPhone do you have? Let me ask that question real quick. If you could just throw that up there. I'm going to put you guys on hold for 15 seconds. Hang on just 1 second.
New speakers on there. Is that the microphone?
Well, he's been doing it for 6 years, James.
My deepest apologies. We're having a warehouse brought in, and they just arrived. So, where was I at? Oh, talking about the iPhone. Would we advise customers that Apple are due to make the physical web app turn on soon? We've been waiting on Apple to do that for 2 years. Don't get into the iPhone battle. It's not worth it. You're not going to win it with iPhone people. You're not going to win it. They're either going to purchase or they're not. Okay. This isn't rocket science. This isn't something. If you go out and get on the Apple bandwagon, you're going to lose every single time. You're going to lose. The truth is, this is an Android product. Nearby was created with Google for the Android phone. Will Apple come on board? We thought they were. Google pulled the widget that goes with Google Chrome from Apple, thinking that would pressure them to do it. Who knows? But here's the question, and I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly, Jugal. This is the question. Do you go out and sell to 60% of the market, or do you not go out to sell to any percent of the market? That's the question you have to ask yourself, okay? Go out and sell the truth and sell the system. Don't get in the iPhone game. You will lose every single time. iPhone users, I have an iPhone sitting right here on my desk. iPhone users, they are their own ecosphere, and that's just where it's at. And until they change, there's nothing we can do. Absolutely nothing we can do. But do not, let me repeat, do not get into the iPhone game. Do not get into that game. What is a beacon? A beacon is simply a microchip inside of that plastic case that transmits a packet of data to a phone that is Bluetooth enabled, that receives that information, that breaks that information down into actually what you see, which is the markdown card, a title and description, which creates a clickable link for them to open up on their phone. That's all a beacon is. That is all a beacon is. It's not some magic powder. It's not some magic. I recommend maybe when you guys have training wherever you're at, open up a beacon. The chip is very small. Some beacons go out 100 yards. Some beacons go out 300 yards. All right. Some beacons go out 20 feet. So it depends on what the beacon is. I know that most of the beacons that you guys are using are the 1,000-foot beacons. It's a very powerful beacon. It's an indoor-outdoor beacon. Simply sell the features and the benefits. The features is it's waterproof. It's outdoor and indoor. It has a battery life, depending on how it's set, up to 10 years. And it transmits the signal continuously at 900 microseconds. You don't even have to, 900 milliseconds. You don't even have to tell them that, but I'm just letting you know how it works. Okay. When it stops transmitting once it's not received for 30 minutes, it will shut down. The minute it hits another, a BLE, a Bluetooth transmission hits it, it wakes up and it starts transmitting again. So keep it simple. Open it up on your phone. If you have an iPhone and you don't have an Android phone, download that physical web app and show them exactly how it works. My number one sales rep, doesn't even know how to turn his phone on. Since January of this year, he has sold over 900 beacons. Doesn't even know how to turn his phone on. All he knows is it's on, it sees the beacon, he walks in and shows it to his customers, and he walks out with a check. That's the bottom line. Keep it simple. Don't oversell, understate, overpromise. Ask them what you can do for them. Find out if they've heard of beacon technology. Show and tell, show and sell. And it's literally that simple, guys. I mean, it is, and ladies, it is literally that simple. Throw some questions up there. You guys hit me with the questions. We're fixing to, we'll get some question and answers up here. I hear some of the typing. What are the best businesses to approach? Any business that has a door. I sell everything from beauty shops to barber shops to car dealers to auto body shops, auto mechanic shops, towing companies, insurance companies, real estate companies. I mean, I don't really have a specific niche market that's any better than the other. If it's a door and I walk, and I encourage all of you, if you walk by a business and you don't stop there, then you probably, it works on all Android phones. All Android phones. Is there any major competition in the UK? No. Matter of fact, the UK is wide open right now. You guys are at the absolute base of this technology in the UK. And if you don't make any money in the UK, you might want to find something else to do. Australia is wide open too. Every country, and Canada I saw somebody from Canada a while ago. You need to clean up in Canada. You absolutely need to clean up in Canada. Canada is wide open. Any other questions?
Do I have any questions?
I have an iPhone. What does the notification look like on an Android? Where do you find it on the phone? It is, when you pull down your notifications, it'll come up nearby. When are you guys doing your next training call, guys?
Good question.
I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to make a video of I'm going to do a screenshot of my live of my phone, my Android phone. I'm going to do a screenshot, a live video of my iPhone 7S, and I will send those and be more than happy to send that out to all of you. And you can see exactly what the notifications look like, how they pop up in the whole 9 yards. Would that be good? Is that okay with you guys? Can I do that for you to record that and send that out?
Yeah. Just send it to me, mate, and I'll make sure everyone gets it. It'll be in the next round of training for everyone.
Okay, awesome. Somebody asked, what's the market competition in the USA? Me. Me, Kerry Miller. That's your competition in the USA. But, this is the way I look at it. I don't look at competition. I don't have any competition because nobody's going to outsell me and nobody's going to out customer service me. If you have great customer service and if you have great sales technique and you take care of your customers, you will never, ever, ever have competition. Don't allow someone to be your competition. Okay?
Kerry?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, just a brief one. Nick's spoke to a chap yesterday. With Nick's on the call, and he's from Phoenix or something. He's from America, and basically he's very, very interested in the beacon technology for his business in the States. So we didn't know what to do with it. So I said to Nick,
I know what to do with it. So what I've actually done is I've said to Kerry that if I get any people over in the States, just give them over to Kerry.
That's what I was going to do. I said that to Nick as well. So just let Kerry know that we've actually got some leads come from the States, from here, from a guy who was visiting. I'll get all the information from Nick, Kerry, and I'll let you speak. I'll let you handle that one. All right?
Okay, sounds good, buddy. Sounds good.
Cool. Sorry, I'd forgotten about that. My wife just reminded me.
Yeah. Hey, that's why we have them for. If it wasn't for our wives, we couldn't get much done.
So obviously, guys, I think the hardest thing to do at this stage is to sort of get bogged down with what might go wrong. I think what we need to do is just basically put a plan of action in place. William's got a really good system for your calendar system, William, the X system.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of set you guys. I've got a goal. I want us to have pretty much 10 yeses ready to go by Friday from our group. So that we've actually, it might take a week or two to get them in and to do some trials and mess around. But, we want to be getting into some business. We've got 10 businesses this week just saying, yeah, I'm interested. What's next? What's next? So that's basically what I wanted to do today is we've got access to a fantastic resource here, which is Kerry and his background and his knowledge and his building a business from scratch. We are going to have some hurdles, but you know what? You get knocked down, we can, if we've got 50, 60% in the marketplace, there's more than enough business there for us to generate, strong residual incomes from within. Some of the deals we'll do will be big deals. We'll get in the door and then it will get you to the general manager and then it will get you to the area manager and then it'll get you to the national manager. And those deals might take 3 months. There are massive opportunities in every sort of business to offer this. Service businesses, high street businesses, your plumber, your lawnmower guy, the electrician, every business that we keep coming up with. We come up with new ideas. Some guys will be supporting their own customers. Some guys will be lead generation. Some guys will be, sort of promoting, offering discounts. Every business is going to probably have a slightly different use or pitch or reason for the business for taking this on. But a lot of it is about everyone understands that they need to communicate with their clients in a better way. And this allows the business to actually become a very clean communicator with its customers. Even on a small scale, on a small business, this could have a massive impact. So it's just a matter of getting stuck in this week. I know Ian's got 8 beacons arriving in Australia, so that nothing's going to happen there really, but he's got meetings without them. I know Lee's done meetings without beacons, so there's no excuses. You need to start thinking about where you want to be in a month's time and 2 months' time. You want to start scaling up your orders, how many beacons you want and stuff like that. You need to start putting budgets in place for yourself, remembering that the customer pays first, so that the opportunity is to start developing an instant income when you really don't have to pay for a beacon for another 30 days when it's turned on. So there's no reason you can't have positive cash flow from day dot. It's never going to happen if you don't talk to anyone. It's never going to happen if you don't get out and get some no's. So what I always used to do is challenge people to get your pitch right, exactly like Kerry says. I walked in today, had a beacon in one hand, phone in the other. I put them both on the table and said, "Look, at 3 minutes, the guy couldn't really chuck me out. He wanted to chuck me out. He couldn't chuck me out. He knew he'd got to see this. Okay, so we've got this advantage. We've got first mover advantage. And I don't know if you guys know anything about business, but first mover advantage means even if you stuff it up, you should be able to take the largest part of the marketplace as quick as possible. First mover advantage in the technologies means that you could be, a millionaire or a billionaire. That's how it works. You've got to be, and we've got to, the thing is, we're not even making it up and pitching to people. We've already got proof that it works. We've got not, case studies. We know not to look at it as a get-rich-quick scheme, but to look at it as a customer service opportunity to help small businesses become more efficient. And when we get that, get that mindset that is our role, is to either find other people to help us to sort of, spread that distributor, sort of get more distributors in. And that there's revenue in it for you there. And there's also get more customers in. And between both the now revenue and the residual revenue, really the start from here to, like Lee was telling me today, he's aiming for, 200, 250 a day. Just talking to 4 or 5 businesses a day. He reckons no one's going to say no to him at this stage. No one's ever heard anything like it. So we are, and we're talking about, these are like, he's talking to guys today. He's not talking to a guy who owns a corner shop. He's talking to people. One guy, runs a marketing company. One guy is head of a national chain of real estates. These are big hitters that are suddenly going, oh, wow, this is what they're looking for, because they've got to be at the forefront of new ideas and new technology, because that's just the way, using Darwin, the way the business mutates based on new technologies. They can't afford not to have their foot in and get first mover advantage. So we've got to take it. We've got to smash it out of the park, because if we don't do it, someone else will, and that would be, a travesty, considering the opportunity that we've got here. So obviously, my role is training, support, mentoring, motivation. Picking you up and dusting you off, and then putting you back on your bike again. Will's is to create solid quality marketing. Over time, we'll build templates for 50, 100, 200 businesses. Eventually, we're going to run out of businesses. There's only so many businesses out there. We'll have a template that will sort of fit, so that we can quickly get something up. So we can mock up, go into a business, take a photograph, email, switch it up, go back 2 hours later after you've had a coffee, and their ad is on your phone. There's nothing going to be any more powerful than their ad on the phone. I did it today in a bar, and the guy was like, "You can't put that on there. You're saying 2 for 1 Tuesday. We don't have a 2 for 1 Tuesday." I said, "Don't worry, I'll turn it off. This isn't live." Now, as it happens, it has been out there, and it has been getting quite a lot of hits in the local area. So we know this stuff works. It's just now a matter of monetizing it and getting organized, motivated, and getting trained enough to work out the angle for you and your little sort of opportunity. Yeah. Now, obviously, this week, the focus is on talking to businesses, getting out there and losing your virginity, guys, because I think that's what we need more than anything. We need to get it out there, get a few no's under your belt. There's nothing to be scared of. If you just get on the phone to me, I'll give you a kiss and a cuddle and make you feel okay. And that's really all we need to get back on our bike again. And eventually, we're going to get to the point where we don't get a no, we get a yes. We make money, and each yes is worth 600 quid to you a year. Each yes is worth a lot of money. So even if we get, 20% of the people, sign up, the amount of money you're going to make is incredible. So just do it. But yeah, we need physical steps to give them the technology. Look, guys, it's whatever we need. We know how to do training. We've been doing it for years. We know how to support lots of people. We've been doing it for years. We know what the product is, because Kerry's been doing it for years. William is sort of mastering the ads. He can knock up an ad in, the initial ads we can knock up in 10 minutes. So there's no excuses to get. Let's keep William so busy that him and Grace have sleepless nights this week. That's what I want. That's what I want for this. I want this. I want to really push this hard this week, so that we can, because we've got 500 beacons coming, and I want it to be a problem that we run out of them as soon as they arrive. 2 of them are shipped. I've got to put in a car and drive down to see Anne down in Pontypridd in Wales. She wants 2,500 if this works. That's one customer, 2,500 beacons. So there's no excuses. It's just now a matter of just going, bugger it. And we all know we've had a few issues with other businesses and this, that, and the other. And, you know, this came about from me getting frustrated about marketing and finding marketing solutions. I just got real lucky that Will reached out to me, and we've known each other for years, and about every 2-3 years we catch up with a new idea, and one of us goes, oh, that's all right. So this time I went, yeah, get out of it. And we sat down and we spent some time and we waited together and we put the business together, and now, you know, we're giving it to you on a plate. So, you know, what you need to do with it is go out and smash it out of the park. Let's give us a problem this week where our back of house is struggling, because then it will encourage us to build a better, bigger back of house. We've got offices there with Will for 6 staff all ready to go there. He's had the workstations put in, there's computers orders, there's tables, chairs, and all that sort of stuff. It's all ready to go. Just need to fill it up now with orders. Keep them busy. I want to hear some pain from that side of the room. So, you know, David Best, can we see David Best? So what's the crack with a marketing company? How do we push that home? What's the crack with a marketing product? Well, they've never seen the technology before. They can't believe it. Imagine they're going to sell it to all their customers. So obviously, there's businesses out there that we can either turn them into a distributor, or we can become a wholesaler sort of retailer to them, and they can offer it to their hundreds of customers that they're supporting, and do our job for us. So there's no one way of doing this. It literally is just suck it and see. If you're not sure, pick up the blower. You all got my number. Pick up the phone, give me a call. Me and Will will have a chat. We'll have a chat with Anne and chuck an NDA at them. Now, you know, obviously, just be careful with these big guys. Make sure you stick an NDA in front of them. This is really important, guys. When you're going out talking to customers who've got a business, no problem at all. When you're talking to a large marketing company, you do not open your mouth about what we do until you got an NDA. So if they go and do it, we'll just sue them for all the money they make anyway. So we'll get the money either way. They either become a customer with us, or we'll do them later on. It stops them from actually from outflanking us in the marketplace. So, you know, I spoke to one today, but do we make an arrangement to sell a beacon?
I was going to say, Mike got the last one, because I told Kerry about half an hour he'd speak for, and then
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Well, look, we've got lots of questions there, guys. James, if you can get an order for 500, we'll get them there to you as quick as we can. They've got to be shipped, they've got to be programmed, and then they've got to be shipped again. So basically, it's right now. It's don't get impatient with it. You've just got to get the order. Yeah. And then we'll just work with the guy through an education process, get all their ads sorted in the background, and get most of that stuff sorted. So we can have the ads built, and while they're in the post and they're being shipped, we can start loading them into the back office, loading up their initial ads, getting ready. All they've got to do then is turn the button on when they pull them out of the box. So we actually, part of this will help us create almost like an instant response. They get their button, they get their beacons, they're already working. So a lot of the problems we run across, we won't know what they are until they come. We're going to work around them. Some people are going to like it. Some people are going to say that's no good for my business. You know the old saying, mate. It's basically, yeah. What is it? Something to do with not, you know. Yes. What is it? Yes, no, or fuck off, basically. Don't worry about it. We're going to get no's. We're going to get some people that get very excited, and we're going to get some people that promise us the earth and don't deliver. But at the end of the day, we are absolutely sitting on a wave is building, guys. We are, for how we got here is irrelevant. Do not look back, look forward, and put together a plan on going to see businesses. If you get 10 no's tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to pat you on the back, because that's more important. Activity is more important right now than anything, because through activity, you will learn that you're pitching it wrong. You'll come back and ask the right questions of us. Need to more about the technological steps. I don't understand the question. There's a beacon and there's a mobile phone. You hold them next to each other and go, that sends that to that. It's going to help you make money. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty much that's it. We're going to put some training and education together for the
Thursday.
Thursday, is it?
Yep.
What time?
We can do it at the same time.
8 or 9, yeah, whatever. 8's probably better, isn't it? We'll try and do it for 8 for the guys here, but I know that puts Scotty under a bit of pressure over in Australia, but we'll try that anyway. So guys, big opportunity, lots of ideas. The 80-20 rule is going to work in this business. 20% of you guys are going to make 20% of you guys are going to make 80% of the money. It's just your decision which side of the fence you want to sit on. We're here to help you. We're getting paid, remember. Kerry's getting paid and we're getting paid. So there's a win-win-win here. Need to know, how do we set the ads for you, Bill? How do we set the ads for you? Yeah, well, we'll talk about that when Kerry's not here. That's just basic process. At the moment, we're contacting Will through Skype. Everyone gets on Skype, contacts Will, sends him his request. He'll bang him over a couple of copies of things until, yeah, I like that, like that, like that. And then basically you'll turn the beacon on and then away you go. So when you press the button, the ad will already be on there. So pretty much, Ian, you could have all your ads programmed before your beacons actually arrive. And then when you turn them on, they're all ready to go. Just got to decide what you want. We've got some props.
Kerry, you there?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to thank you very much for your time this evening. It was much appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate it, Kerry.
Absolutely, guys. Anytime. I mean, it's, I just want to interject on the guy that kept asking, I need a technological step through. A technological step through will do nothing but throw a big brick in front of you that you're going to trip over and you're going to hit your face on the ground and you're going to lose a sale. Keep it, and I kept that on the screen for a reason. Keep this simple. You will make more money and more residual income than you ever will make with any other technological product that you will come across. This isn't something that has just popped up. This is something that's been in development for several years. This is a technology that's not going away. It's not something you buy online and then Facebook shuts you off tomorrow or some JV Zoo product. This is a real hardcore to-do business that you need to get out, ride the wave, make a ton of money, and you will do very, very, very well. And with that, guys, I appreciate you allowing me to come on, and I wish everybody the best of luck and get off your butt and go sell.
Good on you, mate. Thanks, Kerry.
All right, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks all.
All questions. So anyone, what we want, questions, chuck them to us
on Skype.
On an email. You've all got my alan@proxmax.co.uk email. Chuck them to me. I'll start dividing them up between technology and marketing and sales. And then we'll just start chewing on each one a bit at a time, like the way you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. All right, guys, that's all we can do. We're gonna smash this out of the park, and yeah, just help us to design a system that helps support you as well. That's what we want. We want to know what we need to tell you at what point, because we're making this up as we go along. We're just, we've got a rough direction to go in. We don't want to double back on ourselves or go down blind alleys. So we need a bit of help from you guys, but we will create what you need. But reality is activity, attitude, and application is going to make you more money than anything else. Yeah. So get amongst it, get a few no's and see how you feel. I got one today. It didn't bother me. Made me feel good because he didn't bite me and it didn't punch me in the nose. And he was actually quite polite. Just wanted me to go away. So I went away. I was in the shop for 2 minutes. So more fool him, eh? All right. Everybody, are we gone? Are we still here? Am I talking to myself?
I think everybody's starting to bail on you, buddy.
That's all right. Okay, well, we'll knock it on the head. Thanks, Kerry.
Thanks, buddy. You have a great day, man.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to stop.